Welcome to Free Coding Academy's videos on Python. This is part 1, Basics. So just a note that anything after the hashtag symbol is called a comment in Python. It is ignored by the compiler and just used for reference by programmers. It is not part of the code. On these slides, comments are used to explain the code. So first up, printing. If you type print and then inside a set of parentheses, inside a set of double or single quotes, if you type any text, that text will be output to the screen. So the first line right here is going to output hello brilliant universe. Likewise, the second line over here is going to print the same thing. That's because whenever you have a print statement and several pieces of text enclosed in a set of double quotes separated by commas, every time you see a comma, it's going to add a space in between. Next up, input. So input is what users enter into a program. So this is just a general format. Variable is equal to input, and then inside parentheses, inside a set of double quotes, you have a prompt. So the variable stores a value in memory and can be given any name. However, there are some rules for naming variables. So when you're naming a variable, it must start with a letter or an underscore. Next, it must not contain spaces or special characters. Finally, subsequent characters can be letters, numbers, or underscores. Next, the input function is a Python function which reads the input from the user. Next, the prompt. This can be replaced with any text you want the user to see before they enter their input. So for example, you could ask them to enter their name, their age, their grade, etc. Next up, we have an example. So if you have name is equal to input and then the prompt enter your name, this is going to output enter your name. So if we assume the user enters the name Sally, and then we have the statement print and then hello plus name, this is going to output hello Sally. So here we took in input from the user and then we used it in our code to customize the response. Next up we have strings. So a string is a sequence of characters inside a set of double or single quotes. So whether using single or double quotes, they must match at the start and end of the string. However, using double quotes means apostrophes can be used inside the string, whereas that's not the case for single quotes. And that's because if you're using single quotes, the apostrophe could be mistaken as another single quote. So here's an example. So if you have the statement print and then don't you love using apostrophes, here the text is being enclosed inside a set of double quotes, and therefore you're allowed to use an apostrophe in between without it getting confused, without confusing the compiler into thinking that it is a set of single quotes being started and then never completed. So here the apostrophe can be used because we use double quotes. So otherwise Python would think we started its string with the single quote and never ended it, causing an error. Next up, length of strings. So if you have len and then inside a set of parentheses and then inside a set of double or single quotes you have some kind of text, the function len can be used to find the length of a string. So this is an example. If you have gb is equal to goodbye, then gb length is equal to len and then you're passing in the variable gb. If you enter the statement print gb length, that's going to output 7 because the number of characters here is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Next, concatenation. Strings can be combined with the plus sign. So here's an example. If you have sun is equal to the string sun, and then you have shine is equal to the string shine, then if you enter the statement print and then hello plus shun plus shine plus the exclamation point, that's going to output hello sunshine. So notice that we added a space in between here because it's not going to add a space in between the strings, so you have to watch out and make sure you're formatting them correctly. Next up, data types in Python. So first we have integers, which are whole numbers. Next we have floats, which are decimal numbers. Next we have strings, which are a sequence of characters inside a set of double or single quotes, as we saw earlier. Next, basic operations you can use in Python. So in order to do addition, you're going to use the plus sign. For subtraction, you can use the minus sign. And then for multiplication, you can use this asterisk sign. And then for division, you can use this bar. And then for exponents, you can use 2 asterisks. Next, the operator precedence in Python, or if you have a bunch of operations in a single expression, in which order they'll be evaluated. So first we have parentheses, next we have exponents, next we have positive or negative, so plus or minus. Next, we have multiplication and division, so the asterisk and the division bar. And next, we have addition or subtraction using plus or minus. Next, these are some examples. So if we have print and then 10 plus 5, that's going to output 15. If you have print 10 minus 5, that's going to output 5. If you have print 10 and then the asterisk, which means times 5, that's going to output 50. If you have print 10 and then the bar, which means division, by 5, that's going to output 2. And if you have print and then 10 and then 2 asterisks and then a 5 indicating exponents, that's 10 raised to the 5th power, which is going to be 100,000. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and please be sure to check out the video for part 2 next.